Hey guys, Professor M here with MajinPlanet.com, and today we're taking another look at a Transformers Legacy figure. This one is a Titan class. It is the Transformers Generation Legacy Series Titan Cybertron Universe Metroplex. And I'm gonna say I don't know, guys, like this whole Legacy line is pretty stylized, considering, you know, how Transformers has been the last couple years, especially how dark and gritty the War of Cybertron line was. And then, of course, if you take in consideration the films, which are as dark and gritty in terms of design as you can get, not necessarily the plot of the films or anything like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's take a look at this Metroplex. Now, for those of you who may not know what Metroplex is for the most part a subsection of the larger Autobot city, which was the base of operations of the Autobots on Earth. And this was actually seen somewhat in the Transformers the movie. Autobot City, he can transform. It's one of those giant robot characters that it's really cool, like in the show, but like when you get into the toys, they get kind of ridiculous because of scaling. Obviously, for most people, in order for Metroplex or even like any of them like Trypticon or any of the larger Titans figures to scale with say like a masterpiece collection, they would have to be somewhere, I would say, about 44 inches tall, if anything like that. Now this Metroplex, as I'm looking at it right now, he is 22 inches tall, which is pretty tall. And for $199, which, considering with inflation going on right now, especially if you live in the United States, I'm actually quite surprised, because I'm pretty sure the last time we got a Metroplex, I want to say, God, my God, I know Mr. J got one. I got Mr. J one from Toys R Us, so we're looking at 2017 here. So it was probably not War for Cybertron. It was probably, I think it was Titan's Return, if I remember correctly. But you know, I could ask Mr. J tomorrow or something, or another day, and he can probably clarify for me what his Metroplex is. Now his Metroplex is your standard white and blue, which is like most Metroplexes are. Now, while this does have a white and blue tint to it, as I'm gonna like look at some of the promotional art here, so it looks like he has 3 modes, and this version of Metroplex actually doesn't transform into a base, which I find interesting. And I think the reason for him not transforming into a base is the simple fact that this is inspired by the Cybertron universe storyline, cartoon. I'm not really sure when it comes down to like the Transformers side of the franchise, that's more geared towards the younger audience, like around the age of like 5 to 12. That is when I kind of like, I wouldn't say lose interest, but I like, in terms of story and plot and like design, I kind of don't pay attention that much. You know, like for the most part, most of the Cybertron universe toys, I look at them when I go to Target or Walmart. I go, oh, that's kind of cool. That'd be pretty cool, you know, if I was a kid. Because you have to remember that when I grew up as a kid in the 80s, I grew up with the G1. And most of the G1 toys, like, it's a nostalgic factor more than, oh, I have to have that kind of factor. For me, anyways. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's just look at some details here. It is Cybertron inspired design, so it's not going to be your traditional Metroplex in terms of design and color. The website actually describes it as having 2 epic modes, which require 52 steps, which I don't know how intuitive 52 steps would be, a Titan class would be, but apparently it transforms into a, like, I think this is like a tank. It's not like a tank. I think it's more of a, I think it's like a work thing. Like it's an excavator kind of deal. Like, you know, and then you have like a little miniature robot mode, which looks like it has like a helmet mask or something. And then you have your traditional giant Metroplex form, which is kind of cool. I like the box art. I'm not gonna lie, the box art is actually pretty cool. But you know, Hasbro's really good at their box art. In terms of the toy design, it looks like a traditional Metroplex design. You know, he's a Titan class robot. He's got your standard robot mode, which is, you know, most people probably display it like that, you know. And then you've got this excavator mode, which is kind of a goofy mode. It looks like, you know, kind of like, you know, like a dig site. And then you have like this miniature robot mode, and I'm not sure if this is a mini bot or if I think it's a mini bot actually. I don't see any information for that. Okay, here we go. We have the accessories. Comes with a combining buzzsaw and claw accessory. Buzzsaw accessory stores on the figure's back. Claw accessories can grab smaller figures, which would be like more or less. Now this is give you an example here. When I think of Cyberverse or the Cybertron universe of Transformers, I think between, like, we're talking like 5 step changes here, like 7, 50. Like, I think the most I ever saw was a 10-stepper, which was like a $25 Optimus Prime, which was like 10 steps. You know, this is 52 steps. So this is ages 15 and up. Okay, so it's not for like your traditional, like, you know, children or whatever. But yeah, I don't know, guys. It's this one's a hard sell for me. I'm gonna actually ask Mr. J, and I'm honestly, because I just saw this like yesterday, and I was debating on talking about it, but I figured, you know, I've had people reach out to me and say, hey, I really liked your discussion on the Motor Master. So I thought, you know what, let's do some more discussions about this Legacy line, because it's interesting to me, because I feel like War of Cybertron sold really well, but I think it sold really well because of the TV show. Now, I know Kingdom, in terms of like a good majority of the action figures that came out for that, didn't sell very well because of the state of the world with the butt virus and all that stuff, and delays and shipping containers and stuff like that. Because at my local Walmarts, like, literally most of the last wave of Kingdom figures have gone on clearance. Like, I eventually broke down and I bought Cybertron, which I'll be doing a review on shortly. Actually, review of that guy. I'll be looking at it. You guys will be able to see it. But that was just because it was on clearance. You know, considering that it's just a remold of Cheetor, you know, which I know I didn't do any reviews of any of the Kingdom or Earthrise or or Siege figures, because, you know, I didn't get a lot of them, you know, but I did buy a lot of the Kingdom, and that was mainly because of the Beast Wars aspect of it, because I wanted to have like kind of like a starting Beast Wars collection, you know. But definitely let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you guys want to see more reviews of the older figures. I'm kind of like, I feel like I need to move on to more newer figures and other figures that I'm collecting, like my third-party figures and stuff like that. But this Legacy line is interesting because they're like pulling. It's like, it's supposed. The idea is like we're pulling from everything. Like we got. Like, we've got some Legacy, like, basically reissues if you missed out the first time. Like, I've seen at my local stores, I have actually seen in the wild, I've seen Galvatron, which I have the Kingdom Galvatron, so I have no desire to get the Legacy one because there's nothing different about it. I did see a Blaster, but I'm kind of like, for like Blaster, I'm kind of leaning towards more getting like a third-party version. There's a couple options out there for it. But I skipped out on it, you know, which was basically, that was in Kingdom, but then now I've seen it in the Legacy line now as well. I'm trying to think what else I saw. There was a Bulkhead. I did buy Bulkhead just because, like, I was like, you know, I'll get it, you know, I'll give it a shot, you know, because I actually broke down, and I'm probably gonna get the Motor Master and all that, but I want to see if I can get them at a cheaper price than paying like the full price for. But in terms of this, to get back on topic here of this Metroplex, I don't know if I like the fact that it doesn't transform into a base, which I know some people might say, oh, you know, like, you know, because I don't like base modes. Like with Motor Master, he has a base mode, and nobody cares about the base mode. But this is Metroplex. He's kind of meant to be a base. Like, that's his thing. Like, Metroplex's thing is he transforms in basically into a part of Autobot City. So the fact that this version doesn't transform into a base is interesting to me. Now, you can order it right now on Hasbro's Pulse's website for $199.99 plus tax. Limited to 2 per customer. I like that they do that, despite the fact you can probably create multiple accounts and do that. For I know scalpers will probably do that. I know more larger retails have more direct access to these figures, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's interesting that we have. And now I'm looking at this thing. I'm pretty sure this little guy here, I'm pretty sure this is like a minifigure or some kind of weird fold out, because like when I look at the Metroplex version, it's huge. And then you look at this little thing, it's like, I'm pretty sure that's like, I think that's just the armature, honestly, but it looks like a miniature version of Metroplex. It's weird. And there's nothing in the description about it. Like, if I'm just going to go over the description, that you can get on the website right now, is basically explains that it's universes collide with Transformers Legacy. The epic line of Transformers toys brings together fan favorite characters from across the Transformers multiverse. 2 epic modes. Action figure converts from robot to excavator mode and 52 steps. Features flip down, wielding mask, and robot mode. Convert to work mode. Convert this Cybertron Universe Metroplex Transformer action figure to work mode by flipping down the toys, wielding mask, and robot mode. That's not really a mode. Flipping a character's mask down, it isn't a selling point for me. I need a little bit more than that, Hasbro. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd have to. I guess I don't remember how much I paid for Metroplex from the Titan class, or the Titans Return of the Titans Return. Yeah, Titans Return series. I'd have to ask Mr. J how many accessories it came with, because I know he has Metroplex from that. And he has and I gave him my Trypticon. I did buy Trypticon too, and I ended up gifting it to him because I didn't have space for it. But yeah, guys, that's kind of my take on this. It's probably not as intuitive or in depth as my last one, but let me know in the comments down below. Are you interested in Metroplex? Like, it's $199, like basically $200. I mean, it's more expensive than the Arc was. I think the Arc retailed at the most expensive I saw it was $168. So maybe there's some inflation here because it's a Titan class as well. But I'm pretty sure I paid $100. No, actually, now that I think about it, I think I paid $149 for the Metroplex when I bought it for Mr. J for Christmas a couple years ago. I might have to ask. I'm pretty damn sure. I'd have to look it up. I'm pretty sure I did. But so, yeah, we're looking at probably a $50 inflation price on these Titan class figures. I know I got my Arc off of Walmart.com when they did a clearance sale on them, and I think I got mine for like $79. That's what I ended up paying for mine. They just clearanced them out like crazy. I know lots of people got them. But yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think of Metroplex from the Legacy series. Are you excited for it? Did you pre-order one already? Are you thinking about it? Do you think it looks stupid? Are you not interested in it? Let me know, because this is a very interesting line, because it's all over the place. Like, we have Transformer Prime figures in bulk and RC. We have reissues. We have basically the War for Cybertron figures get re-released. We have figures that weren't even in War of Cybertron, like Blaster. Blaster never made an appearance, but yet he showed up in the Kingdom line, and here he is again in the Legacy line. There's quite a few different Beast Wars figures characters that showed up in Kingdom, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them reissued in Legacy line. And then of course we got figures like the Motor Master and Dragstrip and Wind Rider coming, and you have different and we have that weird version of Optimus Prime, which reminds me of the Megatron from, I think it's Dark of the Moon or whatever. So yeah, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you think. As always, be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel yet. Like this video, share it with your friends, and as always, until next time.